सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै। ओं भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न वृद्धौ स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Page 9. Second paragraph. Satyadinihi त्रीणि विशेषणार्थानि पदानि विशेष्यस्य ब्रह्मणः विशेष्यं ब्रह्म विवक्षितत्वात् वेद्यतया विशेषण विशेष्यत्वादेव सत्यादीनि एकविभक्त्यन्तानि पदानि समानाधिकरणानि सत्यादिभिः त्रिभिः विशेषणैः विशेष्यमाणं ब्रह्म विशेषणैः विशेष्यमाणं ब्रह्म विशेष्यान्तरेभ्यः निर्धार्यते। कंटिन्यू। एवं ही ओके एवं ही तज्ज्ञातं भवति यद् अन्येभ्यः निर्धारितम् यथा लोके नीलं महत् सुगंधि उत्पलम् इति। nanu visheshyam visheshanantaram vyabhicharat visheshyate yatha neelam traktam cha utpalam yada hi anekani dravyani ekajatiyani अनेक विशेषण योगिनी च तदा विशेषणस्य अर्थवत्वं नहि एकस्मिन्नेव वस्तुनि विशेषणान्तर अयोगात् यथा असौ एकः आदित्यः इति तथा एकमेव ब्रह्म न ब्रह्मान्तराणि येभ्यः विशेष्यते नीलोत्पत्तिवत् No, that's good. This sentence, Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. The question is, what is the relationship between these four words? Then they say, the Purva Paksha says, they are adjectives and one is substantive, one is noun. Why noun? Vivakshitatvat, that which is expected to know. There is akanksha, expectancy of the knowledge, because earlier said Brahmavit apnoti param. Since Brahman is a subject matter, so one thing is clear, that Brahman is the substantive. Brahman is the noun. Then what are these Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam? Then they say these three words are adjective to the noun Brahman. How do you know it is adjective? What is the definition of adjective and substantive? They say samana vibhaktikanam ek vivinna arthanam ekasmin tatparye samanadhikaranyam. Saman adhikaranam, adhikaranam location. They all refer to one vastu. They all indicate to one vastu. They all reveal to one vastu. That is called samanadhikaranam. If that exists, then among the words there is a relationship of adjective and substantive. Okay. What is that? The words having different meanings. Means words by themselves refer to something different. But they all here in a given context indicate or reveal one vastu. And they are in the same case endings, samana vibhakti. Then they are adjectives. Like one example we give. You say, big red rose. Now, big word is an adjective indicating some bigness. Red word indicates redness. They have different meaning. Or another example we say, Dasharathi Kodandapanihi Ramaha. Dasharathi is a word which indicates Dasharathasya apatyam Puman, son of Dasharatha. That indicates something. Then you say Kodandapani, the one who is having bow and arrow. That indicates something else. But then when you say Rama, all these words refer to only one person called Kausalya Putra Rama, son of Kausalya. If you simply say Dasharati, there can be four, son of Dasharatha. Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana and Shatrugna. All can be called as Dasharathi. Pandavaha. So all five can be called Pandava, son of Pandu. Kodandapanihi, one who holds bow and arrow in the hand. It can be Ravana also. He also had bow and arrow. And any other person can be. But when you say Ramaha, they all Vibhinna Arthanam. They were having independent meaning, but Ekasmin Arthe Tatparyam. They are all conveying what? This person. In other words, Dasharathi Ramaha, or word Dasharathi, Kodandapanihi can mean someone. But when you say Ramaha, it means only one person. Who? Sitapatihi. Dasharatihi, Kodandapanihi, Sitapatihi, Ramaha. Over. Then it cannot refer to Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, any which way. Though they all are Dasharathi. They all are Kodandapanihi. It's Rama. Similarly, the word Satyam, the word Gnanam, the word Anantaram, they all refer, Anantam, they all refer to one Brahman. They are all different. You know? So they qualify. The adjectives qualify the substantive, so that you can distinguish that particular substantive from all other substantives. That's the purpose of adjective. There may be so many roses, but when you say red rose, so it qualifies a rose to be red. That is one way of saying. The adjective red qualifies the rose, namely the substantive, from other roses. But at the same time it distinguishes not pink rose, not yellow rose, not brown or black rose, only red. So adjectives qualifies the noun to distinguish it. Visheshantarebhyaha visheshyate. It qualifies it from all other substantives. Now, the question comes. This Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam, Brahma, when you say, this Satya, grammatically it looks like Satya, etc. are adjectives. Brahman is substantive. Now, when there is adjective and substantive relationship, in Sanskrit, Visheshana, Visheshya Sambandha, that is necessary when there are many Visheshyas. When there are two things, many and varied Visheshya. When you have to say red rose, that means there are many flowers and there are roses of different colors. Then you have to qualify. Like when I say Dasharathi, That means there are many sons, not only one son. And Korandapanihi, there are so many people who are holding the bow and arrow, not necessarily the son of Dashratha. So Vijatibhyaha, Sajatibhyaha, Vyavartakam Visheshanam. It distinguishes the Vastu from different class and the same class. When you say rose, it is not jasmine, not other flower. And when you say red, it is not pink or yellow or any other color. So it is of the nouns, mean substantives of, there are different substantives, and of the same class of substantives, there are many of different nature. That's how you distinguish this as a rose. If I say, bring me the red, there can be 10 red vastu in the room. But when you say red rose, so all other 9 are negated. You have to bring only rose. And roses are also stands negated, which are not red. Correct? Now you have to use adjective if there are substantive of varieties of substantives and different substantives of the same class. Correct? But if it is not, where is the question of adjective? Like when you say, this fellow is the eldest son of so and so. When you have to say eldest son of so and so, that means there is some middle son also. There is youngest son also. But if that fellow is the only son, you need not say the eldest son and the youngest son. You don't require an adjective to something when there are no similar substantives possible. There are no sons. Suppose Dashratha had only one son, Rama. Then you say Dasharathi Rama. So it excludes other 3. Correct? But it at Dasharathi, it is not necessary to say other, this Kausalya Sutarama. Because Dasharathi is enough, because Dashratha has only one. But since Dashratha has 3 more, so you have to use another adjective, Dasharathi Kausalya Sutaha Rama, natu Sumitra Sutah, natu Kaikeyi Sutah. That will distinguish Rama. But if Rama was the only son, you need not say Dasharathi Rama to differentiate Rama from Bharata, Kshatrugna, etc. But you have to say Dasharathi Rama because there are different Ramas. Parshurama, Balarama. So when you say Dasharathi Rama, it distinguishes Ramas of the same class. Kausalya Sutaha distinguishes sons of Dashratha. Now, when you say Brahman, it is, and you say non-dual, the only one, why should you say Satyam Brahma? If there was Asatyam Brahma, if there was Satya Satyam Brahma, suppose there were 3 Brahman, then you have to say Satyam Brahma, Gnanam Brahma, Anantam Brahma. And there was something other than Brahman. You only said Brahman means limitless. That which is limitless is Brahman. And there cannot be 2 infinity. There cannot be 2 limitless. It is like saying this, the Prime Minister, Delhi Prime Minister of India. You need not say Delhi Prime Minister. Prime Minister is Advitiya. For a given country, there is only one president. The White House President of America, there is only one president. There is no Yellow House President and Pink House President. nor there is a Washington president and Dallas president and California. You don't need to qualify. It is Advitiyam, non-dual. So why should you say Satyam Brahma, Gnanam Brahma and Anantam Brahma? Why are you using three adjectives? That is a question. Okay? It is, says the Vakya is Yatha Asau, page number 10, last paragraph we read. Yatha Asau Ekaha Adityaha. There is only one Aditya. So sun doesn't require any adjective. It is non-dual. Of course, with the modern science you cannot say that because all the stars are suns. But with reference to this solar galaxy, if you are asking what is sun, you need not say shining, big, effulgent like that. It is non-dual. So why you need three adjectives? That means Satyam Brahma means there is Asatyam Brahma and there is and then you say Gnanam Brahma also. That means there is only Satyam Brahma, but Agnanam Brahma also is there. So you have to say Gnanam Brahma to distinguish this Brahman from other Brahman. It is like Neelam Mahat Sugandhi Utpalam. The blue colored, big one, fragrant lily. So that means there are small lilies also. There are non-fragrant lilies also. And there are pink and red and orange lilies also. Therefore, you say Neelam Utpalam. Similarly, there is Asatyam Brahma, Agnanam Brahma, and Santam Brahma. So you say Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam. Three adjectives you are using. Every adjective qualifies a vastu from that in the group of different qualities. When I say Neelam Utpalam, that means there can be white lily, yellow lily, orange lily. That's why you say white. But having said white lily, there is possibility that it is without fragrant lily. So you say Sugandhil, Neelam, Sugandhi, and there are small lilies. Also, therefore, you say Mahat Utpalam. So then you come to only one object. So three adjectives means minimum three types of lilies possible. Correct? Can be more. Neelam, when you say, that means non-Neelam are there. Black, yellow and orange and pink, all grows in our ashram. There are all the three colors which I am saying I have. Similarly, when you say Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, there can be Asatyam Brahma also, Agnanam also and Santam, if these words are adjectives. Then there is a discussion. Na, it says no. Now there is one, listen now, be careful. There is some mistake. Okay? I asked my office to do this Vakya and translation, but it seems they have missed one page, Bhashya. You have no Bhashya, one page is missing, and I am sorry, I also discovered now. I didn't have time to go through the whole word by word. So now I will read Bhashyam and you have to just listen. Okay? There is a negation. So he says, Yatha ekasmin neva vastuni. He says, if it is one vastu only, then Visheshanantara ayogat. When there is non-dual vastu, then there is no other qualities to be described because there is no other vastu of different quality. And therefore, see that last sentence, na brahmantarani. There are not many brahmas. So, See that, na brahmantarani yebhyaha visheshyate nilotpalavat. There are not many Brahmans by which you distinguish this Brahman like Nila Utpalam, like you say blue, big, fragrant lily. So by the word blue and the fragrant and the big adjectives, you distinguish this lily from all other lilies. There is no other lily. There is only one Brahman. There is a question of distinguishing. Like there is only one president. How there is no need to distinguish. So the answer is no. And then what is it? Now listen the bhashya, okay? Lakshanarthatvat visheshananam naisha doshaha. He says, kasmat lakshanartha pradhanani visheshanani na visheshana pradhanani eva. Kaha पुनर्लक्षण लक्ष्ययोः विशेषण विशेष्ययोः वा विशेषः सजातिभ्यः एव निवर्तकानि विशेषणानि विशेष्यश लक्षणं तु सर्वतः एव. That says, though grammatically it looks to us that they are adjectives, but they are not adjectives, they are not visheshanani. They are what? Lakshanani. Okay? There is lakshanartha pradhanani. They are primarily lakshana, means indicative of the nature of the vastu. They are. Then he says, kaha visheshaha. What is the difference between the adjective and lakshana? Visheshana, lakshana. What is the difference? So the definition is lakshyate anena iti lakshanam, by which something is indicated, something is described. And what is described? The nature, the swarupa, not quality. When by a word you reveal the swarupa, nature of a vastu, then it is called lakshanam. And by the word, when you reveal the quality of the vastu, then it is called adjective. How? This, when I say Prime Minister, then Delhi Prime Minister, that means what? It is a swarupa. Prime Minister is always in Delhi. President residing in White House. There is only one White House. By the way, in India there are many White Houses, okay? One fellow near Bharuch, one Muslim guy, built a replica of the White House in his farm with all illegal money. And the government broke it on encroached land, and with illicit business he did and built, and he was caught and the White House got destroyed. But residing in White House, there is only president. No, the staff is ancillary, subsidiary to him. So that becomes a lakshana. Lakshana describes the nature of the vastu. Adjective describes the quality of the vastu. And there can be another vastu having this particular quality. But there cannot be another vastu having this particular nature. Residing, or I don't know how. Well, that, of course, in this example there is a dosha, because in White House the staff also lives. But you can say head of the White House. That's a president only. Only US president can be the head in the White House, simple as that. So that is a lakshana, not adjective. So what is the adjective distinguishes the vastu from its own class. When I say Neelam, Sugandhi, Utpalam, or if I say red, big rose, that redness and bigness is only with reference to roses. It distinguishes this particular rose from other roses. But Lakshana distinguishes itself from everything else. Okay? Everything else. So, then they give example. So, what is a sajatibhyaha eva nivartakani visheshanani visheshyas. The visheshanas, adjectives, distinguishes the substantive from its own class. Whereas Lakshana distinguishes from everything else. When you say big red rose, that bigness is only with reference to rose. Redness is only with reference to rose. Nothing else. In a way, the substantive, though we say, listen this carefully, though we define adjective is something that qualifies the substantive noun, but it is other way around also. Substantive qualifies the adjective also. Why? When I say red rose, so redness of rose only. Correct? Big rose. So the word rose is a substantive, but it qualifies bigness. You don't think of big like the size of the hall. Oh, I have to look for big rose. Where are you looking? You don't look this way. You look this way only. It should be small one. So bigness is limited or qualified by the substantive called rose. Look at this big mosquito. Said bigness is also qualified by mosquito. Though big qualifies mosquito, but mosquito also qualifies the bigness. Look at this big COVID bacteria in the microscope. Enlarge 5,000 times. Then you see. So though grammatically speaking, adjective qualifies the substantive, but then substantive also qualifies the adjective. Big car, there is some bigness. Maximum you can think of limousine. But you say big truck, 22 wheels, 36 wheels, it can be different bigness. And big ship, it's another bigness. Big plane, another type. But then coming back to this, adjective distinguishes the substantive from its own class. Sajatibhyaha vyavartakani. But in case of Lakshana, it distinguishes it from everything else. Head of the White House means only one. There is only one vastu, president. There are no many presidents and no one else. Only one person. You can say there cannot be two also. So, Lakshanani, Lakshanam tu sarvataha. It distinguishes from everything. Atha, when you say akashaha. What is akashaha? The definition of akasha is avakasha pradatritvat akasha. That which gives you space is akasha. Nothing else can give you space. It is wrong to ask the partner, give me some space. They cannot give space. Only akasha can give space because it is its nature. It's a nature of Swarupa of Akasha. Therefore, Satyadi Shabdaha na parasparam sambandhate. Like Nila, Mahat, they are connected in between. No, they are connected to only Brahman. That means what? Satyam Brahma, Gnanam Brahma, Anantam Brahma is same. Neelam Utpalam and Mahat Utpalam is not same. Blue lily, big lily is not same. But Satyam is Lakshanam. Gnanam is Lakshanam. Anantam is Lakshanam. Ekaikaha Shabdaha. Parasparam Nirapekshaha. Each word without having expectancy of another. Brahma Shabdena Sambadhyate. It is connected to Brahman. All of them independently. So, Satyam Brahma, Gnanam Brahma, Anantam Brahma. You can say further, Satyam Brahma, Eva Gnanam Brahma, Tadeva Anantam Brahma. Because they are Lakshanani. That which is Satyam Brahma is Gnanam Brahma, is Anantam Brahma, and is Brahma. Like even a ray of the light, sunlight. The sun ray contains three things: heat, light, and energy. Correct? There is a heat, there is a light, and there is energy. So you can say light ray, heat ray, energy ray. Same. They all mean one vastu. That which is light ray is heat ray. That which is heat ray is energy ray. So wherever there is a ray of sun, there is light, there is heat, and there is energy. They are not adjective. That is what? Lakshanam. So Satyam Brahma, Gnanam Brahma, Anantam Brahmeti. That is first. In the sentence, he defined the relationship of these four Shabdas. Now he comes to define what is Satyam. What is Satyam? That Bhashya also is missing in your book. Let's see. What is Satyam Brahma? Then he says, Bhashyakara writes, Satyamiti. What is Satyam? Yad Rupena, Yat Nischitam, Tat Tad Rupam, Nabhyavicharati, Tat Satyam. That Vastu, which is ascertained or understood as this, and that Swarupa, it doesn't give up. That is called Satyam. In other words, it doesn't change. It doesn't modify. You can say this, Trikala Abaditam Satyam. What it was, what it is, and what it will be is same. That is Satyam. Now, the question comes. You said Satyam Brahma. What is that Satyam Brahma? Because when I look at the whole world, nothing is same. What it was, is, and will be same, such a vastu is not existing at all. I don't see any vastu which is changing, which is not changing. Avikari vastu is not there. And what is this Jagat? Which is constantly changing. Then it is that which is constantly changing is called Anrutam. What doesn't change is Satyam. That means what was, is and will be. As is, will be as it is. Satyam. What is Asatyam? Is not, was not and will not be there. That is Asatyam. What is Anrutam? It is but changing. It is but changing. How do you say if it is, then changing? If it is, it should be Satyam. And if it is changing, then it cannot be Satyam. The changing reality is called Mithya or Anrutam. Whole Jagat is Anrutam. Whole world is Anrutam. When it is Anrutam, what is Anrutam Vastu? Why you call it Mithya? It is only name and form. Like, you have a bangle. Then from that bangle, one fellow got 3 earrings, 4 earrings. And then again he changed 4 earrings into 6 rings. So what changed? Bangle. What changed? Earrings. What changed? Is a ring. So ring or a bangle or earring is called Anrutam. It is changing. Whole Jagat is Anrutam. And anything that is Anrutam has to exist on something which is Satyam. With reference to that Vastu. That bangle that is changing, that earring that is changing, that ring that is changing cannot exist without good. With reference to any Anruta Vastu, there has to be one Vastu which is Satyam, non-changing. Without which this thing can never ever exist. Yadrupena yat nishchitam tat tadrupam vyabhicharati tad anrutam uchyate. Then it is called Anrutam. And then the question comes, what is Anrutam? Vyabhichari. That means what? It is only namesake. That famous statement, Vacharambhanam vikaro namadeyam. The change, vikara, is only nama. This particular shape you gave a name called bangle and akara. Then another na akara we gave a name earring. And third akara we gave rings. What is vikari is only nama matram. And vikara is only terms of forms. Nama rupatmakam anrutam. So also, therefore they say vikaro vacharambhanam. It is a, you can say, mutual understanding. What we call earring, sometimes it can be bangle also. They wear so big earring. It is a bangle, it's for somebody. What we call this table, we have different table, dining table, study table, etc. Not necessarily. Mutually we decided this is called dining table. Name only to a given form. And as I said, that which is Anrutam has to have substantive called Satyam. You cannot have bangle without gold. You cannot have earrings without gold, and you cannot have rings without gold. Similarly, whole Jagat is Anrutam, Nam Rupatmakam, name and form. If you analyze any Vastu, substantive is different. Whole Jagat is that there has to be one Vastu that is Satyam, and that Sat, pure existence, is Satyam. That is Brahman. Okay? So, Sadeva Satyam iti avadharanam. Satyam Brahma, by the word Satyam Brahma, Vikara, Vikarat nivartayati. It is not subject to any modification. Vikaritvam is negated from Brahman. Brahman cannot be Vikari. That Bhashya you have. Listen that. This much. From that we have. Ato ataha vikaro anrutam vacharambhanam vikaraha namadheyam mrittika ityeva satyam mrittika iti eva satyam एवं सदैव सत्यम इति अवधारणात् अतः सत्यम ब्रह्म विकारात् निवर्तयति. Okay. Listen. Vikaraha anrutam. Anything that is changing is called vikaraha. Vikara, we generally call it as effect. Gold is cause, chain is effect. Gold is cause, earring is effect. So any effect, any creation is anrutam. It is the substantive which doesn't undergo any change. If you look at the whole world, the substances is same. Then the whole world is nothing but various names and forms. Various names and forms are called Satyam, are Anrutam. Jagat is Anrutam. So Satyam is a Lakshanam of Brahman. Here please understand. When we say Satyam Brahma, it is to negate the Vikaras in Brahman. Don't look for a Vastu called Satyam Brahma. Vishaya Vishayahi Buddhihi. Whenever something is told, you search outside that there is some Brahman which is Nirvikari. It is exactly like saying, with reference to 1,000 ornaments, Satyam is gold, Nirvikari. Don't look for 1,001th object. There are 1,000 bangle and chain, where is gold? Understand? So this is a problem. People think there is some padartha called Satyam. And therefore they feel we have to experience Satyam. What we are seeing, what we are experiencing is not Brahman, because what you see is Vikara. What you experience is Vikari. And this is said, that which is Vikari is Anrutam. Therefore not Brahman. You conclude, because Satyam is Brahman, so you look for some other Brahman. That's where they confuse. And that's how this experiential Vedanta comes in. You have to experience Brahman because it's a special object. Just as with reference to 1,000 ornaments which are anrutaha, gold is not special object. Understand? You have 500 ornaments or 1,000 ornaments, all of them vikari, therefore all of them anruta, and there you don't look for a gold outside them, other than them. So when it is said Satyam Brahma, whole Jagat is not Satyam, it is Vikari. And whole Jagat being Vikari, technically we called it as Anrutam. Therefore, I look for Brahman something other than Jagat. No. Brahman is not a special object. Just as gold is not a special object with reference to ornaments. Where there is ornament, there alone is gold. Satyam Brahma, Gnanam Brahma, then there is a consciousness, is effulgent. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. So in a deep meditation you will see the light. They start looking for special object. By the word Satyam, you negate what is Tucham as not Brahman. But then this Tucham will not stand away from Satyam. Anrutam. What is Anrutam? Where there is Anrutam, there alone is Satyam. That is the difference that is what pointed out by word Satyam. By the word Satyam, Brahman is released from any vikara. It has no change, no modification. But then, you did not release Brahman from all that you see. By saying, gold is not chain, not bangle, not ring. But that doesn't mean it is something other than them. Or they are other than gold. That's a better way of saying. Where there are chain and bangles and rings, there alone is gold. So Brahman is not given to vikara, nor it is totally different from what is vikari. Gold is not the ornament. At the same time, no ornament is away from the gold. So also, Brahman is Satyam, free from Vikara, but then the Vikara or the Jagat, that whole Jagat is Anrutam, is not away from Brahman. Okay? So, this is Satyam. And as we said, what is definition of Satyam? Trikal abaditam Satyam. That which cannot change, that which cannot be negated. Then what is Satyam? You are Satyam. Like Puja Swamiji's answer when he defined Satyam. One professor was attending class and he said, Swamiji, I understood what is Satyam. That which is not negatable remains same. Then what is that Vastu? Swami said, it is you. That self is not negatable. To negate the self, you should be there. And to observe, other way of putting is to observe the change. There should be something changeless. Then only you can observe the change. To calculate how much you travel, there should be road which is non-moving. So these all vikaras are possible on the substratum of something which doesn't change. And what is it? That is you. All this bangleness, ringness, earringness is nothing but value addition to gold. Gold is nirvikar. And that value addition is only mutual understanding. Vacha rambhanam vikaro namadhyam. Like this table, we may call it a study table, but I am sure the ants moving on the table, you don't have much of ants here, would be calling this as a football ground. It may be football ground for them. So it's a mutual agreed, what you call it. So there is no vastu. And that substratum is always a cause of everything. Suvarnam Satyam, when you say, that means Suvarnam is a karanam for everything. All these ornament. Karanatva, why? It provides existence to all the names and form. Bengal is, gold is. Chain is, gold is. Ring is, gold is. So it is a karanatva. Okay? And that which is karanam is karyam as though. That is what typical. In other words, karyam is not separate from karanam. Therefore we say God created the world. That everybody says. But we say Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Idam Sarvam has to be pervaded, means you have to see. Like gold Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Everything is pervaded by gold. Look at the Bhashya. Next. Ataha karanatvam praptam brahmanah karanasya cha karakatvam vastutvat mrudvat achidrupta cha prapta ataha idam uchyate gnanam brahmeti. It says ataha, therefore, karanatvam praptam brahmanaha. That Brahman gains the status of being cause. Okay? Now, when you say material cause is necessary, the cause requires some accessories to get converted into effect. Karaka, who did it, why did it, how did it, with what you did it. So karanasya karakatvam, karakatvam means it requires accessories of action. And moreover, since it is a cause, it's a substance, therefore it is inert. Like all examples you give, clay is Satyam with reference to pot and jar and etc., flower pots and etc. So also with reference to ornaments, gold is Satyam. Whatever is Karanam, substance, is always inert. Jadam. And it requires all accessories of action to get converted into karyam, so-called converted, to get vikara into karyam. That being the case, so Brahman also becomes jadam. Brahman also requires different accessories, karakas, accessories of action, karta, karma, karana, etc. That requires dvaitam. Like pot is clay is the karanam, but you require a potter, you require some water, somebody should needle it, and then you require that wheel, and you require a potter with or some hands to give shape, and then you require sunlight. Everything is required. Even for a gold to get converted or create ornament, you require a goldsmith, you require heat and some methodology by which they give a shape, by which they give a design. So accessories of action, karakani, karma karakani are required once you say cause. And the cause is generally inert. So that means Brahman is inert. If that is the case, therefore to negate the inertness of Brahman, to negate vikaritvam of Brahman, the word is called Satyam. Similarly, to negate the inertness in Brahman, the another word is used as Gnanam. Therefore he says, Ataha idamuchyate, this is being said, Gnanam Brahma. What is said? It is not jada. Upadana karanam is often jada. Here by using the word Gnanam, teacher is telling that Upadana karanam is not jada, it's sentient. And thereby it will lead that what is material cause alone is efficient cause. Not different. Generally they are different because you require karaka. Clay is a cause, but you require a potter, and the potter has to be sentient, and they are different. Material cause is different from efficient cause, usually. Around the whole world, except few examples of spider, etc., which are given in Mundaka Upanishad. But it is different. Here it is non-dual Brahma Jagat Karanam. Therefore it comes to the word Gnanam. Okay? We will see this word Gnanam tomorrow. This is enough to keep you conscious. Okay? Otherwise, it's too much technical. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. When will we take this question answers? Tomorrow?
We can do
Tomorrow.
morning. We can have about, when we do that question.
Okay. Tomorrow evening we can finish this.
Or tomorrow,